Hello, Pioneers. Today is Wednesday, April 30th. My name is Maddie Patton.
And I'm Kylie Bradshaw, and this is your weekly premiere of The Press. Our stories for today consist of Pope Francis's death, a boat crash in Florida, and a controversial nightclub in Colorado. But before we continue, Mia has a deeper insight into Katy Perry's trip to space. Mia?
Good morning, Pioneers. Today we'll be taking a closer look into Katy Perry and her all-female crew going into space. Katy Perry recently took a suborbital spaceflight with an all-female crew on Blue Origin's New Shepard rocket. The flight lasted approximately 11 minutes and reached an altitude of over 62 miles, 100 kilometers above Earth, briefly experiencing weightlessness. The crew included former NASA rocket scientist Aisha Bowie, civil rights activist Amanda Wynn, and film producer Kieran Flynn, and the billionaire's fiancé, Lauren Sanchez. During their 11-minute flight, pop star Katy Perry sang What a Wonderful World a cappella for the crew. After landing, she expressed feeling super connected to love and life and now has a new sense of appreciation for the world. This was displayed when she kissed the ground upon landing. There's currently a large controversy over spending so much money to send celebrities to space for only a few minutes. The crew says that the point of the journey was for female empowerment. However, many people have stated they don't feel that way and feel like the money could have been used to benefit women in other ways. That's all for today. Now back to the desk.
Thanks, Mia. Pope Francis passed away at just 88 years old on April 21st after suffering a stroke which led to a coma and irreversible cardiac arrest. He had come close to death in February while fighting pneumonia along with other respiratory diseases. Recently, he was showing signs of improvement, so his death ultimately came as a shock to many health officials. The Pope was born in Buenos Aires, Argentina, to two Italian immigrant parents. He was inspired to join the Jesuit order in 1956 after recovering from a severe illness. Later, in 1969, he was ordained a Catholic priest, and in 1973, he was appointed to the role of Jesuit Provincial Superior in Argentina. Francis was elected as Pope in 2013 following the retirement of Pope Benedict XVI.
Many are mourning the death of Pope Francis worldwide as he represented the head of the Catholic Church. To many, he is remembered as a progressive leader in the Catholic faith, as he allowed priests to officially start blessing same-sex couples and often called for more inclusive policies in regards to immigration and refugees. His funeral was held in Rome, where an estimated 250,000 people were in attendance. Among those people were prominent world leaders such as U.S. President Donald Trump, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, as well as French President Emmanuel Macron.
The election process of a new pope typically begins 2 weeks after the death of the previous one. Bishops and Vatican officials from all over the world who were personally chosen by the pope are known as cardinals, and they will decide who the next leader of the church will be. During the voting process, cardinals gather for Mass in St. Peter's Basilica, invoking the guidance of the Holy Spirit. Only cardinals under the age of 80 are allowed to vote in a conclave and take an oath at the Sistine Chapel, where they are sworn to absolute secrecy before sealing the doors. They are then forbidden from leaving the chapel until a successor is named.
The cardinals vote by secret ballot up to 4 times every day until a candidate has received 2/3 of the vote. If no one received the necessary 2/3 vote, the ballots are burned in a stove near the chapel, producing a black smoke into the air which informs the public of the conclave's inability to come to a decision. Once a candidate has received the necessary votes, the ballots of the final round are burned with chemicals to produce a white smoke, signifying to the public the selection of a new pope.
One person has been declared dead and 10 others injured after a recreational boat crashed into a ferry in Clearwater, Florida, Sunday night. Following the event, the recreational boat is said to have fled the scene. However, it is unclear if the incident is being investigated as a hit and run. The Clearwater Police Department stated that the crash has been declared a mass casualty incident by Clearwater Fire and Rescue Department due to the number of injuries. During a news conference held on Monday, Clearwater Police Chief Eric Gandy claimed the recreational boat, quote, overrode nearly 3/4 of the ferry, end quote. As of yesterday morning, no arrests have been made.
Early Sunday, more than 100 migrants were suspected of being in the United States illegally. Many were taken into custody following a federal raid at an illegal after-hours nightclub in Colorado Springs. More than 300 law enforcement officials responded to the nightclub, which had been under investigation for several months for alleged activities including drug trafficking, prostitution, and crimes of violence.
That's all for our show today, Pioneers. As always, thanks for watching. For the press, I'm Maddie Patton.
And I'm Kylie Bradshaw. Make sure to tune in next Wednesday for more national news, and have a great rest of your week.